Peace, Puppy Pot and Chill number 728. I'm smoking out of my bong tonight, so let's take a hit really quick. Wow, love how that hit. Oversight Committee with Rand Paul dressed down Fauci, making him out to be the lying piece of shit that I've always been calling him. Over the gain of function studies that he's been involved in, and the very possible release of a virus from a Chinese lab from a Chinese city, then denied all, killing people. What a piece of shit. DARPA denied the gains of function process because it was too dangerous. DARPA said no. It's too dangerous. We're not doing it. So Fauci says, hey, I know. Let's go to a place where there are no restrictions and we'll do it there. Yeah. And that's what he did. And then, whoops, a leak. Oh, fuck. Oh, well, we'll just lie about it. And they did, and millions died. In the news again is a false report that Schmovid is overwhelming hospitals. The claim is that the virus is filling beds at an alarming rate. No, it's not. Most hospitals run at or near max capacity every day with emergency beds set aside for rare rushes. I mean, how many times have you gone into a hospital and it's been empty? For me, never. There's always been something going on there. Schmovid is not overwhelming hospitals, it's just mainstream media using fear to push a story and agenda to get you to do what they want you to do. In other words, do as you're told, don't question authority, all that. Voter ID is bad, according to Dems, saying it is a form of voter restriction to keep voters from being able to vote that targets certain peoples or groups. But in the same breath, Dems say that you need to do as you're told and you better have your vaccine ID or else. How come vaccine IDs are okay, but voter ID is bad? I wonder why. Number one reason for severe COVID illness is age. The older you are, the worse the symptoms and everything can be, and the better chance you have of getting it. The number one reason for severe COVID illness at any age is obesity. Now, this is coming from the CDC, and the Democratic left is calling this fat shaming. It's not fat shaming. The comorbidity rate of COVID is higher for those that have certain illnesses and problems wrong with themselves, obesity being a big one. They're just saying that if you're obese, you have a better chance of getting COVID and having a hard time with it. So not fat shaming, it's the truth. There are now health care professionals saying that too many booster shots can weaken a person's immune system. Oh, that's not good. So that means if you get too many boosters, not only is it not doing any good, it's actually harming your immune system to be able to fight viruses. Again, rumors make the rounds as the bad one raises its ugly head. That Hillary Clinton may run in 2024. Now, why on God's green earth would she think she has a chance of getting the presidency? America's already spoken a couple of times, and they've said no. No. All right? I don't mind having a woman as president, but let's just not get one that, lies and is a traitor and passes out and doesn't know where she is and is ill. No. No fucking way. But why would the Dems put up a candidate that has already lost a couple of times like her? Who thinks this is a good idea and why? Well, you hear the Dems talking about it. The question that keeps surfacing, the one that keeps bashing everybody over the head is, well, who else do we have? In other words, the Dems have absolutely shit for people to run for office. Go figure. They're all assholes and idiots. Yeah, Hillary keeps popping back up because there are 0 qualified candidates for the position. I mean, looking back at 2020, the candidates that were running, I wouldn't have voted for. They are all weak betas playing victim, pointing fingers at everybody else in an attempt to cover their own scandals and lies. That's why Billary keeps popping up when she is so unliked. No one else is qualified. There's no one else to fill a position. They need to find somebody qualified to fill that position. That's what it boils down to. High school teacher charged after putting a 13-year-old child in the trunk of her car after the child tested positive, and this was the teacher's solution to quarantine the child. Now she's temporarily lost her job and may permanently lose her job, plus have other charges pushed against her of child, I forget what they call it, but child abuse. And, some other things. And all I have to say about that is good. Any woman that puts their own child in the trunk of their car to quarantine them is a moron and deserves to be in jail. Biden begs big tech to censor dissent. The dissent being any thoughts, facts, or truths that do not align with his thinking. In other words, it doesn't matter if they're true or not. If you don't do what he thinks is the right thing to do, it's dissent, and you should be punished. This is a dictatorship. Oh boy. CNN loses 90% of its critical viewership from last year. In other words, last year at this time, they had a certain amount, and now they're 90% less than that. And numbers just keep dropping, as people are finally seeing the truth and are fed up with the lies and scandals and cover-ups and are saying, we're not going to take it anymore. We're not watching or listening to you fucking retards. You morons have pushed the lies too long, and we're not going to take it anymore. Cancer patients and families are being evicted from the Ronald McDonald House that haven't or cannot get or take the vax. Fascism is here, folks. Bias, discrimination, and more social division. And Ronald McDonald House is doing their part by taking those that either can't be vaxxed or won't be vaxxed for personal beliefs and saying, I know you're sick and dying of cancer. You just can't do it here. We won't help you. And kicking them out. Fuck Ronald McDonald House. I'll never eat McDonald's again. Fuck them. Neighborhood crime data is being removed because they say it's racist. Hiding facts from people is discriminatory in itself and hides the complete failures of the Democratic left in a particular neighborhood. All while calling themselves anti-racist, then acting very racist, then lying about it. Why would they hide the statistics about a neighborhood and its crime? And then they call it racist. Why would they do that? Think about it. Think about it. Yep, you're right. Biden has spent $4 trillion so far and plans on spending $4 more with an $8 trillion in spending in the first year of office. Trump spent $7 trillion in his 4 years, and we're in 1 year and Biden's planning on $8 trillion. What's coming the next 3? It's shit presidents like Biden that is driving up inflation, all while ruining everything the Biden administration touches along the way, driving America and its people into the ground, causing chaos and death. Yes, he's doing this. He is ruining America. Charges against the Oath Keepers in conspiracy for January 6th riot at the Capitol come forward. Why now? Why now after so long since the demonstration? Could it be that the Dems need this in an election year to try to get the support they desperately need since they're failing so miserably? I think so. Nothing has been done. No arrests, nothing until now. And now the Oath Keepers have these charges brought against them in an election year. I wonder why the Democrats are doing that. Think about it. Just think about it. Joy Reid says unvaxxed need to pay more. If you're unvaxxed, you need to pay more in medical bills because you're not doing your job. Well, fine. Then the obese need to pay more, smokers need to pay more, and everybody that does not exercise needs to pay more because they're not doing everything they should be doing to keep themselves healthy. Anybody who eats, too much salt, too much sugar, they need to pay more. This is using your logic against yourself. You see how stupid this is. I mean, it's extremely stupid. The Supreme Court has struck down Biden's draconian mandates as being unconstitutional. This is not the first time the court has struck down the mandates, but this is the first time that the Supreme Court of the United States has ruled for constitutional rights against Biden's shit mandates. So what does Biden do? He says, don't listen to the courts. Keep doing what I say. Keep pushing the mandates. What the fuck? He's telling you to break the law. Fuck Biden. Go Joe, or no, let's go Brandon. Fuck Joe Biden. Biden says in the speech, if you don't believe the things I say, no matter how incorrect the statements are, you're a terrorist. I mean, he didn't literally say that. He said a bunch of other things, but that was the gist of it. He said, if you do not believe the things I say, no matter how incorrect the statements are, you're a terrorist. The Democrats are beyond desperate. I mean, they're literally doing this don't look up strategy. That's how desperate they are. Just another massive failure on their part. I see many people venting on Facebook, Twitter, and other platforms. People are fed up with the lockdown mandate bullshit that's being pushed, and they're lashing out at smaller, less significant things in an attempt to vent their anger. People will only be pushed so far before they break. When that happens, things will get really bad. Even as society right now is already spiraling down out of control. If we start to break because of things that the government is doing to us, it'll get horrible. U.S. intel says Russia makes a false flag play to justify invading Ukraine. Also, China is building more nukes to go against, who is it? Oh shit, I know who it is. Taiwan. Both things could draw America into a war. My big question is, why isn't the Taiwan-China conflict and the Ukraine chaos in the news more? It's real. It's important. These things need to be addressed and let people know about them. It's being covered up, not being reported on, because that kind of news shows the lies and cover-ups coming from the Democratic left and mainstream media, and they can't have that during an election year. So they're literally covering shit up, trying to get away with as much as possible. Sorry, I had to add a little bit more light. And try to make themselves look as good as possible during this election year. Real important, but we're not going to hear about it because, the misdeeds of Biden's son and everything to help him get elected into office. It's just the mainstream media has hidden so much from us and not reported on so much. Like I was saying, Biden's son doing so much shit and having his laptop, and the media is suppressing all of that until after Biden was elected, and then after it came out, people were saying, ooh, if I'd have known that, I wouldn't have voted for Biden. Well, it's too late. All right. Oh my God, I'm getting so high. Anyway, my point is the mainstream media and the Democratic left are doing things, hiding, lying about them, doing them in front of everybody, and then lying about it, and people are believing the lies. Stop listening to what they're saying and watch what they're doing. It's very obvious. Elizabeth Warren blames Big Kroger for inflation. Incorrectly, she does. The rise in inflation is a direct fault of the Democrats and Joe Biden and his spending. It's just more finger pointing from the victims. You know, that'd be Elizabeth Warren trying to play the victim, who are actually responsible for the inflation in a cover-up to try to make Dems look better. It's the fault of the Dems and the Biden administration and their spending. The way they're spending is just out of control. Just more lies, cover-ups, and Democratic bullshit that mainstream media is propping up for whatever reason. I don't get it. But that's been a Puppy Pot and Chill. I'm going to keep this one quick. Peace. I love you fuckers. I hope you have a good day. Munch has been here with me. We'll do some Munch tricks another time. Don't listen to anything I say. I'm a stoner. If I say something that intrigues you, you look it up to make sure you know what it is. And if you like my video, give it a thumbs up, share it, whatever, all that BS. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Fuck it. I don't care. It's all cool. Peace. I love you fuckers. Stay high, bitches.